How does selfishness show up? Experience shows me that selfishness is oftentimes in the little things, the quote-unquote little things. Now, there's a verse of the Bible that references this, the great love story, the Song of Songs, chapter 2, verse 15. They talk about this issue, catch the foxes for us, the little foxes that spoil the vineyard. Now, there's a lot of viticultural metaphors in the Bible. I am the vine, you are the branches, Jesus says. A lot of this vine branch imagery. So I went actually some years ago to wine country, Napa Valley, purely for research purposes to the glory of God, as related to biblical, exegetical, theological investigation. That's why I went. So you're welcome, Baptist friends. That's why I went. So I found a beautiful vineyard that was run by a Christian woman. I think she'd been running it for a number of years. She was very sweet and very nice. And so she took me on a tour of the vineyard for a couple hours and just was teaching me, because I don't know anything about, vines and branches. And what she said was, the vines are very valuable and precious. Some have been growing for decades. Very, very old, very, very valuable, and very, very fragile. So everything needs to be clipped and kept and cut, and needs to be kept off the ground. And it's this very sensitive, painstaking, careful process to cultivate a fruitful vine. And what she said was one of the greatest threats to the vineyard are these small animals that will sneak in under the fence, and they'll come in a hidden and unseen way and gnaw down toward the root of the vine and kill the whole vine and destroy decades of cultivation and work and fruitfulness. And she said it's catching and keeping out those little animals that is one of the hardest jobs of vineyard tending. That's really helpful. Song of Solomon says that your marriage is like a vine. You've got to prune it and tend to it, and you've got to water it, and you've got to pull the weeds, and you've got to nurture it and keep it in healthy soil and environment so that it can be fruitful, growing in love and service to God and others. But there are little foxes that come in and gnaw at the vine toward the roots and can destroy the whole marriage, as a small animal would, to use the analogy, a very precious vine. See your marriage as a very precious vine. What is that for you? Those little foxes who get into your vineyard and gnaw at the roots. What is it? You say, well, it's not a big thing, but is it just gnawing away? Is it something they need to repent of, or you need to just let go of?